Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hey, Room Shaker. Thank you for telling me that you can hear me. I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes, seconds to see if anybody gonna come in a while. Yeah, you been doing good, Room Shaker? Hey, Black Dust. How are you doing? Ooh, child. Audio's good. Thank you. Ooh, child. I hadn't been on in a couple of days. Ooh, child. Yeah, I'll get on here and here so we can start this bullshiggity up. Hey, 3,000 degrees. Honey, that's how hot these streets are right now. Ooh, child. Yes, child. The streets have been on fire, and I have been getting my life. The beef sector is on fire right now. And child, it's some old bullshiggity and some new bullshiggity. And I'm just for this weekend. It's been a lot going on. And I named this Ooh Child. The streets are hot, hot, hot. Which they are. Let me get my notes. I got about 3 or 4 days of notes, child. I ain't been on. I have every intention of coming on, and child, somebody strike up a lie. And I'm nosy as hell. Okay. I can't I can't help myself. I'm just nosy, child. Well, let me get my notes up. Okay. See. Now tonight, Pizarro is having a challenge. It's called cocktails and mocktails. So the cocktails, I think they have liquor in them, and the mocktails is just like a pretty drink that non-alcoholic drink, and I'm not gonna be there for the challenge, because I don't do that. I wait till the end, and then I go and I'll let y'all know who won first and second, and who won the money and all of that. Okay. Um, and then I told you guys about the versus challenge that was canceled, but it was rescheduled. I think it's gonna be Sunday. Yeah, on the 20th. Wait a minute. I think it's Sunday. And then the silhouette challenge, it was canceled, and I haven't heard anything about when they're gonna have it. Reschedule it, and that's all on that. And child, the other day I don't know what happened, but Funky Diva drug the shit out of Michelle and drug the shit out of Tasha K. She talked about that Michelle still stank and all that kind of bullshit. And then she said that if she see Tasha K, it ain't gonna be no words exchange. She gonna slap the shit out of her. And she said if her husband there, if he got a problem with it, she'll kick his ass too. I mean, he'll kick her husband ass too, child. Ooh, child. And that rapper, Glorilla, she had a concert in St. Louis a couple of nights ago. And child, every time she started singing, a fight would break out. And then they would get that fight under control. And then she started back singing. And then another fight would go off. And another fight would go off. And another fight would go off. And she got finally just got tired of the shit. And she said, yeah, since y'all won't stop fighting so I can do my concert, I'm just going, she just exited the stage left. And she left, and I don't blame her. Because that don't make no sense. Um, and the other day I kept sending out sharing, and I shared Big Boogie, his sister, and her name was Laterica Woods. She was riding in a car in a vehicle with her friend, like her best friend, and her best friend's husband, and another person, and her. And the police got behind them in Arkansas, and he took out, just fleeing from the police. Well, they say he got up to like 130 miles an hour, and they say that some of the people that lived in the wreck, they were begging him to pull over. Please pull over. I don't, why you doing this and this and that? And so the police did one pit maneuvers on the vehicle, and it hit a ditch, because he lost control, and the vehicle hit a ditch, and it flipped over and over and over. Some people were ejected out of the vehicle. Oh, you know, Geo's sister, she was, killed instantly. The guy's wife arm got tore off. Then it was another person in the car. They got messed up. Uh, and the husband, they had him in the patrol car. And I don't know if that nigga was doing like a FaceTime, or or if it was the police cam, but I ain't never seen no police cam that close. But the way technology is now, you never know, okay? But he was screaming and crying, and I was trying to slow down, and ah, I saw, he was just out of control, and I've shared him on the community wall too. But the you know the after the accident, and they ran him through the police thing, he had like warrants for parole violation, and he had a warrant for not registering as an ex abuser, and it was something else. Let me see. Outstanding warrants from Shelby County, probation violation, and is a ex offender, and that's all I know about that. But child, so you have to be careful who you get in the car with, you know, because like Gio was saying, man, you be riding dirty all the time, with drugs and weapons. You know that you had violated your probation, so why the fuck you gonna run with a vehicle full of people? He said it just didn't make no sense that you ride dirty all the time. So why was that day the day that you decided to run from the police? And then you'd hurt everybody in the car, plus yourself. And my sister lost her life. And he said that when Gio found out, he was just crying, and he was talking about she had a little boy, and and then she was a wonderful person and all that kind of stuff. But he had just a lot of questions because the guy because he said there wasn't no reason for that. And they was gonna get him sooner or later, because he was already an ex offender and he had violated his probation. Okay. So over that. Okay. Now let me see if anybody else came in. I'm gonna speak and then we'll get into the beef sector and the Mo3 sector bullshitting. Okay. Hey Lee Pepper. Hey headshot shooter. I ain't never seen that thing, I don't think. Welcome, headshot shooter. Hey Jay Parrish. Hey. Hey T Toppers child. Okay. I think that's everybody. I just want to make sure, child. I don't want to miss nobody. And where I'm getting ready to start now, this is several days of notes. Some of it might be out of order, of when the things happen on YouTube. But the first place I'm gonna start at is Rodney's. And let me see. Let me get that out of the way. Wait a minute. I gotta move some and scoot this up so I can see because I got so many damn notes. Okay. Just a second, y'all. Bear with me, child. And if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. And if you don't mind subscribing, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 3,000. Wow. Okay. Damn. This thing, yeah. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm supposed to have this better order. I'm just pucking up. Okay, okay. When I get a lot of notes like this, it'd be kind of hard to. Let me see. Okay, I start with Rodney, child. Let me get that. Okay. Okay. Um. Well, when Rodney was live, a couple of days ago, Ness hit the panel and she said she was gonna drag James' mother, Treasure Lane, that she's gonna drag him as long as anytime she go on Rodney panel. That she was saying that James don't run Rodney panel. And that's what the beef sector do. That people get on each other's panels and they drag. Okay. And so she said that she was gonna drag James wherever she go, whenever she want to. And if he get mad about that, he just gonna have to stay mad. She said it just the way it is. Um and then the like they had like grooming, like how you can groom a person for SEX or money or whatever. That's the conversation that came up over at Passos and came up over at Passos. It was on a couple of panels because once they have find a new word in the beef sector, that's how you're gonna hear for a while. Okay, it used to be triggered. Uh, you know, now it was grooming a couple of days ago. Everywhere you went, you heard about grooming. Can adults be groomed or only children? Well, adults can be groomed just like children. It's just like mind games, okay? And so James said, Brian, why don't you explain about grooming? And Brian didn't want to talk about it because he had said something about a while ago about a neighbor, had took him and his sister like to Sonic or somewhere, and something happened. And it happened to both of them. and all of that. And they told he told their mother, and their mother went down there and had to regulate. And he said the man is dead now. But Brian didn't want to talk about that because they like put him back into that portion of his life in his childhood when that happened. Okay, and so he didn't want to discuss it, and I don't blame him. If he don't want to talk about something anytime on here, if it's any conversation that you do not want to have, you do not have to have it, honey, because these people will ask you anything on here, okay? And if just drop down or just say, hell, I ain't talking about that. I don't want to talk about that. Or either drop down, because if you sit up there running your damn mouth, they're going to keep on prodding and probing, and you know they want to know everything. So do not fall for that bullshit, okay? Um, Lemon and Dory got into it, and he called her a horse faced donkey. That she be trying to fit in, and he said, "Buckle up, donkey." He got into it with Brian, but then on their, you know, they kind of bumped heads and they were dragging each other. But then the man did a good thing. They stepped back and said, "Hey, we ain't got no. Why is we doing this? I ain't got nothing bad to say about you." And they did like that. They just stopped the argument and talked like men. And I thought that was good because most time once it's up on a panel, it ain't no coming to no understanding. Once y'all start, fighting back and forth. But I'm serious. They did. Hey, what are we doing? And why are we doing that? And Lemon, I think he had asked Brian something like how to pronounce his name because Lemon didn't know if it was Brian because he, have all the I's in it, and he wanted to make sure he pronounced the name correctly. But that's a lot of this shit started over nothing, you know, and that was one of those situations. And Brian, Lemon invited Brian to come to his panel whenever he want to, and they can get to know each other better. Okay. And Lemon also told Dory that she was a single horse without Mona Simone. Because her and Mona Simone used to go together. I don't know what happened between them. It's still just question marks everywhere on that. What happened? And I have not been over the Mona page. I don't know if Mona still make videos or nothing like that. I hadn't been her page in years. Okay. Oh, okay. Um, and Lemon and Rex got into it. You know, they don't like each other right now, and so they be dragging each other everywhere they see each other at. And also Dimples and Rex got into it. They be into it everywhere they go, And Dimples be saying, "Leave me alone, leave me alone." And of course, Rex ain't gonna leave Dimples alone. Dimples and Sparkles got into it on the panel. Okay. Uh, and then wait a minute. Okay, and Dimples hit Rodney Link, and she said that Rodney, I don't know why you telling people that I dox you. She said that the picture that she put up on her community wall, she got that information from Rick Reed. Because Rick Reed had doxed Dimples before. Wait a minute. No, she said she didn't dox Rodney. That the address she got that she put on her community wall, she got that from Rick Reed channel. And she wanted to know why come Rodney was talking about putting authorities on her and this and that when he did not say nothing and put nobody on Rick Reed. And Rick Reed had a short of somebody riding past Rodney car house a couple of months ago. And, Dimples was saying if it's anybody you need to put the popo on, you should have put him on Rick Reed. He the one doxed you first. I just got the address from him off his page. Okay. And Lady Dippers drug Brian, and she also drug King Tulsa. Okay. Then I left there and I seen that James had went live. And James drug Rodney. James drug Brian. James drug Ness. And James drug this heat. Okay. James called Rodney weak, and he played ignorant. He act like he don't know what's going on, and like James say, "Man, you know what's going on because I done told you." But he say when he asked Rodney, "Do they have an issue?" Rodney always say, "No, everything cool," and it went from there because this right here it's gonna spiral, and it's still spiraling. Okay, Rodney and James. Okay, but I'm trying to go these baby steps to let y'all know kind of what's going on. Um, and he said that Rodney don't want to beef. And he said, if you don't want to beef, you in the wrong sector because this is the beef sector, and somebody gonna drag you sooner or later. And it's the truth. Everybody get a turn. And I think right now it's Rodney's turn. Okay, and that's as plain as I can get it. Okay, 357 went live. This is a couple of nights ago. Um, and Rule Shaker drug Mink and SD and Gina and Toya. Y'all, I told y'all last time Rule Shaker been on fast. She been out here stumping the goddamn streets. Do you hear me? And it's not Tanya, it's Toya. Okay, and then SD he drug Toya, he drug Jade, and of course him and Rule Shaker got into it, and CB. So it was one of them kind of that laugh was good from the beginning to the end. Okay, and SD got into it with CB that night. SD got into it with everybody that got on that panel. Okay, he was telling people to shut up. He didn't want to hear nothing nobody had to say. He wanted to do all the talking. Like he wanted to say stupid stuff to the people, and then when they would drag his ass, but now he wouldn't quit. He was keep on. So every time somebody hit the panel, he hit them. And YouTube cameras and Trish got into it. And honey, YouTube camera ate Trish ass up. That she usually don't I, when she usually get mad and have her little cussing fit, they don't never be over 10 minutes. The little laugh she do. She drug Trish from C to C. She drug the hide out of Trish. Oh shit. And she told Trish that she had put Judge Fifi on her ass. And she said how Rob B hit the panel and she said things to say because she won the lawsuit on Trish about the butterfly effect. And Trish, when Rob B hit the panel, Trish fly, okay? Because she been running around here talking, that lawsuit was for years and it was finally settled. And I think it was settled at the end of 24 or the beginning of 25. And Trish don't want to talk about it or nothing. But Trish is a thief. That's why she lost in court. She stole that woman's shit, and she was just gonna go with it. Okay, but Rob B didn't stand for it. She sued Trish for her name, and she won it back. Okay, Trish always talking about she don't steal. And then I'm gonna tell you how crazy Trish is now, you guys. If you're new, do not believe nothing she say because she's a big liar. Um, like when BS, went to jail, she was calling up to that jail acting like she was her attorney representing her. And therefore that made BS have to stay in jail longer because she was saying that she was her attorney. So they didn't even, they wouldn't even talk to her. Because Trish lying like she was her goddamn lawyer. And we didn't find that out until VS came back here. That's how retarded she is. And like, don't believe she's a lawyer if you're new. Do not believe Dory is an attorney. They can't give you no more advice than me. And I'm not an attorney. Just like they're not attorneys. They're not paralegals. They ain't shit. Okay? And she called Trish a liar and a scammer, which she is. And she said that Trish been on YouTube 300 years. And she still ain't accomplished shit. She still ain't got no subscribers. And she still telling them black evil lies that she tell. But I enjoyed YouTube camera cussing Trish out. And when I thought about coming to tell you guys, hey, YouTube camera, she over there, she cussing Trish out. I was just mesmerized because she was dragging so good. And I thought it was just going to be about 8 or 10 minutes. And then when I got ready to come over here and say, hey, y'all come over here, she was going off. But honey, that child drug. I think they got into it at Pizarro's or somewhere. And it went from there. It went from there. But I'll have to get to that part to tell you about what happened on Pizarro's, how them two ladies got into it. Judge Fifi, she been still, doing what she do, doxing and stuff. Let me see who she was getting. Just a minute. Because I'm going back and forth between the beef sector and the Monterey beef sector. And for you guys that don't know, Rodney, YouTube cameras, Cesaro, they beef sector. And then Judge Fifi, she's not Mo3 beef sector, but she been hanging around over there for a while, okay? Um, and she was saying on her live that Duke was asking her to dox Magnificent Tyler, and he sent the information on that Magnificent Tyler to her, and she got back in touch with him. She said, I'll do it, but you got to pay me a small fee. And she said she normally charge $100, but she was just going to charge him $50. And he didn't want to pay that. So she said, forget that, I ain't doing your dirty work, you do it. And then he wanted her to dox Broadway and Duck, she said. And then she said she had the police report of when Duke had went up in a church and was gonna kill the bishop. The bishop had gave him, he had a place at the church, I guess, where people that's like down on their luck they could stay. And Duke and some more people stayed there, but he started threatening the man. And then he called, I guess, somebody he knew in the town and asked him, can I bring my things over to your house? And the lady said, yeah. She went and picked him up at the church and took her back to her place. Well, I guess he stayed overnight or something. I don't know. But while she was gone, he took her gun. And then he went to the church and threatened the man. And he threatened the man. And so when they, he was found incompetent, like he didn't know what he was doing. So that's how he got out of that. And she said, oh, and she showed a picture of the bishop and his wife, but she blurted out the little face on the little baby, the little girl. But they was a beautiful family. And she said that Duke, if he didn't leave her alone, that she was gonna contact that bishop and ask him about that incident that happened, I think in like 2013 or yeah. It happened on June 11th, 2013. He threatened to kill that man. And she said that Duke has sent her pictures of his DICK. He has sent her two, and she said she was not interested. And she said that she had texts from him. He was talking about how fat her ass was, and that he wanted to F her. And she said that he had been calling her dusty and musty and funky and stuff. She said she wasn't dusty and musty when he was sending his DICK pictures, and telling her about how fat her ass was. And then Justin, he's a guy over in the Mo3 sector, and King James, he's another guy over in the Mo3 sector. They got up there and they drug Duke. Drug Duke with her. And she wanted to know because she had pulled up like his medical records when he was incompetent. He had the doctor name on and stuff. When he went to court, and she said that how he was gonna call her slow when he was slow. Both of them been diagnosed. And she said that Duke was ruled mentally incompetent. Okay, now I'm going to Pastor. Um, Raw B hit Pastor panel, and they talked too because Trish started shit all over YouTube, and like Pastor don't fool with her. Unless she got some hot tea, some shit going on, and he want to be nosy. Well, they discussed her, and then Kwani got up there and she was saying some things about BS. And then Jay Wilson also said because that she was Trish was saying that didn't nobody have no video of her saying that she went to um Berkeley. Well, Jay Wilson say run him his goddamn $10,000 because he got the timestamp, the channel that it was done on, and he said all kind of content creators over here in the in the beef sector had planned it of where it came out your mouth, Trish, and he say run him his damn $10,000. Okay, now I'm left there, and then Lady Nika had went live, and she drew a King Tulsa, and honey, she drew the hell out of Tulsa, okay? And y'all know I don't fool with Tulsa, period. And Ken Nola News, he went live, and he was dragging some lady named Sheena, and he was saying how she want to put the police on him when she started with him, and when he go back at her hard, she want to put the police on him, and so he said he gonna put the police on her because she started the shit. A lemon, he did a live like this is a couple of days ago. Him and Krista been into it. I don't know. Well, he was kind of find out Pizarro asked Tech sent was Pizarro said it wasn't her, it was an intel, but sent Krista a message to go over the lemons. I guess he needed, if you want to talk to Lemon, go over there. Well, when Lemon announced who was backstage to come up, and Pizarro said, "Is it Krista?" Pizarro, you gave yourself away, girl. And then, when Krista got up there, it didn't go very well. He was, saying oh crazy shit to her. And Diva Tomboys had put out a video earlier that day. And this video was, she went back into December on Krista, one of Krista lives. And that's when Krista and Lemon was into it. Well, Diva played that, and everybody in the beef section listened to it because I went to listen to it. And Krista did drag the shit out of Lolo and Lemon, but y'all didn't even listen to the thing in December. Why y'all getting mad at her now? Y'all supposed to have made up. And just because Diva played it the other day, why y'all get mad at her, re-mad at her? Diva knew exactly what she was doing, child. Diva stirred up a hornet's nest. And Lemon and Lolo drug Crystal. They said they don't forgive her. And Crystal kept saying she was sorry and this and that. And Lemon, he was on one. I ain't gonna be going about nobody that 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 talk to me bad. I'm not gonna go up for that shit. I'm gonna stay away from you. You know what I'm saying? If you on the panel, I ain't gonna be up there. Or if I am up there and you come up there, I ain't gonna say shit to you, or either I'm gonna drop down. Because I don't know why Crystal keep doing it. The man talked to you real bad. And he do it everywhere you go. Like Pizarro, wherever y'all bump into each other, when you start talking to him, he start talking real regular to you. And I don't know why you keep putting yourself through that, but it's her life. She can do what she want to do. And like at the end of his life, he said that he got all the information he needed. He didn't accept her apology, and he just stopped his life. Just boop, just like that. Okay. Now I kind of got out of order on this here because this now I'm finna go to Diva. Like I said, Diva played live where Crystal was dragging Lolo and Lemon. The live was made back in December. Now I know somebody had to come tell y'all that shit that Crystal was saying on her live. But what I don't understand, a lot of the content creators, why don't you go listen to the shit? You don't know what the person said when they drug you. You might not like the shit, but at least you know what they said. Because by y'all getting mad again, you're showing you didn't really accept the person's apology when they apologized to you back in December. Because why would you get so mad when Diva played it? Y'all have already been through this. If you chose not to listen to it, that's on you. But the woman apologized and you accepted it. Why get mad again in March? I don't get the shit. Okay? Okay. Okay, wait a minute. And some of the things like Crystal was saying, she did say something about his dead brother. Um, she drug his sister, his mama, and he said that Lemon was unfit to babysit his little niece. And he crazy about his niece now. I'm just saying. He is crazy about that little girl. But she made it seem like he might have touched the little girl in the drag back in December. It was just a mess. See, I missed that live. I didn't hear it. Because a lot of stuff I don't want to hear when I hear how bad live was in the streets. I just choose not to listen to it if it ain't about me. you know, because some of these shit that come out of some of these people's mouth, I would just look at them real different. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know the whole story. Like I don't know why come Crystal snapped like that and went to that level because something had to be said that it offended her, and what she was saying it was concerning her friend. You know, because they were saying that she illed her friend and stole her money and all that kind of stuff. So I know she probably got tired of that shit and she just went off. Okay. Okay. And then Diva had another live, y'all, and she called the state uh, nursing board, and they had no record of Crystal being an RN. She played that too. Uh, yeah, the man said they didn't have no record of her, you know, and they played it. You know, it is what it is. Okay, and then Ness went live, and J Don has struck Shaquem. And Shaquem was mad because he was saying, I thought everything was fine between us. And you gonna do this? Well, damn, Shaquem, if she strike you 15 times, you the one started the war. Just because you say it's over don't mean it's over. You know, and that is the way it is because you played dirty first. And you know you like to play people material, you like to show people pictures, you like to do all that kind of bullshit. And let me see how you gonna maneuver the beef sector now. Because you made a lot of people, you know, in the beef sector mad by the way you was moving with Lemon and J Don. And then, like I said, J Don ain't no, honey, you just a new toy. She gon' she ain't gonna never let you lose. Even though she tell you, hey, we cool, y'all ain't cool. You know, I'm telling you, y'all ain't cool. No matter what she say, she gonna get your ass, and she gonna get your ass over and over and over, and she gonna love every minute of it. And that's the way she fight. The beef sector know it, but you don't know that because you're not from the beef sector, and you had no reason to strike because it was a false strike. You struck her over something she created. Now, how you think that's going? Just because you say, "Oh, well, we too ain't everybody step back to their corner." No, it don't work like that. Okay. Now I'm speaking for J Dunn on this. Now with Lemon, I don't know. But on J Dunn, I know. Because I know how she moved child. And everybody in the beef sector know. Okay? I told you you fucked up. Okay? But he ain't seen nothing yet. And damn, Pizarro went live and she said that she was gonna sue Ness and this and Ness and this heat because they were trying to groom her into being a lesbian. You know, I told you, honey, once they get onto a word, a lot of people will make a laugh about it. And that word grooming was going around in the beef sector. It was a trip, but that's how the beef sector do on certain words. And Dory was over there on Pizarro's, and she got into it with Minka, and this is all about Minka or something like that. And she also got into it with Jay Dunn. Wait a minute, wait. I think this was wrong. This was in Ness. Wait a minute, let me see. Doggone, I think that was wrong. Let me get it. I gotta try to go up. Cause I don't want to say the wrong thing from the wrong lie, child. Make sure my note. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, now this was at Pieces. I was doing right. And when Pieces said that, that they were trying to groom her to be a lesbian. Because Ness used to hang around at Pieces a lot, and this Heat did. But I don't know what Pizarro and Heat got into it about, but it was something, and Heat was on Pizarro to apologize to her. And Pizarro said she wasn't going to do it. So this Heat don't really hang around there anymore. And that's been a while ago. Ness, even though she, her and Pizza go back and forth, they gonna out, I think they're gonna always be cool. That's just a fact. But they might drag each other from here to Timbuktu. You know, that's just the way it is. Dory got up there, and Dory is long winded, and people got tired of her, and they dropped her for 15 minutes on Bizarros. And Pisa said that Reed was mad at her over M. Bernadette, and I can't remember why that was, because I don't really don't watch Reed and M. Bernadette, so I don't. I heard they was cool, but something happened. But then I heard they back cool, So whatever little spat they had over pizza, I think that they have cleaned that up. And Ness told Pizza told Dovey that Ness was gonna call the police on her. And Dovey said, "What they gonna do? What the police gonna do?" And I think the reason that Ness said she was gonna call the police on Dovey is because Dovey said she was gonna call ICE, them people that's deporting everybody right now. Ness, she said she was gonna call on Ness and somebody else that Dovey said she was gonna call them people on. And allegedly they say that they giving people $800. Like if you turn people in that don't have their citizenship, they allegedly you can get $800 if you turn somebody in and they find out that they are illegal and ship them out. They say they give you $800. And like I said, that's the lie that Pizarro said that she was gonna sue Ness and DC because they were trying to turn her into a lesbian. They were grooming her. And Rebel Son got into it with Shaquem. He drove the hell out of Shaquem. And he said that don't speak to him, broke bitch. That's what he was saying to Shaquem. Don't speak to me, you broke bitch. And he was talking about how stank he was. Okay, I left there, and Judge Fifi, she was doing a live, and she was doxing Ashley. I don't know what Ashley did to her. She did to Ashley. I don't know where they bumped heads at, but out of YouTube sphere, they bumped heads somewhere. And Ashley is the lady that has a child with Mo3. The rapper that was murdered. And speaking of that, Yellow Beezy, the one that was arrested for his murder, they he had to go to court. I think it was yesterday, because y'all know his bond was $2 million. Well, he went to court and the lawyer asked for a bond reduction, and the state said what they had to say, and the defense said what they had to say, and they did drop his bond down. And I can't think if it was 50,000 or 75,000. It's somewhere. It's way different than 2 million. Okay, so I don't know if he got out. I didn't check today and last night to see, but they was discussing it like all over the Mo3 beef sector. But a lot of that stuff, I beg out of it because I want to wait until the trial. I don't want to hear all that conspiracy and who said what and who did what. I do not want to hear that. And then also when he had his hearing, they showed the actual crime. They showed them driving their cars down the freeway, child. They showed the guy blocked the freeway off. They showed Mo3 stopping the car and jumping out, going around and looking, bending down on the passenger side for some reason. I'm not saying what he was doing. And they showed the other guy running toward him, shoot. They showed everything over there. And that was in court. They showed the court. You could see it, everything on the live from the court. You could see it all. And if they showing that kind of damn evidence, what do you think they're gonna show at the trial? And like I said, I don't really discuss that a lot. Don't discuss the that part because I seen it. And it was just clear. I guess it was a camera maybe on a truck because whatever it was like a downward look. But it was right there. The car stopping and all that kind of shit. The man running from him, the other guy. It showed all that shit, y'all. You know, I'm just saying. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Fifi also said that she was gonna be calling different people in uh Ashley family, which I believe she will because she's done it before. So once usually when she says she gonna do something, she do it. You know, and it is what it is. You can either like her or you don't like her. I ain't got no feeling for her, but I do go over there and peep at her and speak to her. I speak when I see her out like I speak to everybody else. And I went by pieces, and J Don, she said that Uppity said that she was on the spectrum. She told that's saying that J Don didn't have all her marbles, and wait a minute. And J Don, when after she said that J Don was on the spectrum, she said started saying something about um, Uppity's daughter, and she said the only thing she know how to do is cuss. You can hear her. She know how to do cuss words. She don't know how to do other kind of words. She only know cuss words. No, this was over at Ness's, and because Ness and Uppity got into it too. But I think they made back up on some of these people. You really can't tell because see they cuss each other out, but then the next time you see them on the panel, they cool. Or either they'll leave the panel for that night and then wind up back on the panel about 30 minutes later, and it's like they never did get into it. And this is what something I'm just gonna say. The beef sector used to be like that. You know, they didn't sit up on panels like with their enemies and stuff. And sometimes if you bump each other out in the streets, they would get into it, and they really didn't make up the way people are making up now. But then they fall back out. It was like it was up and stuck when people got into it in the beef sector. That's just the facts. That's the way it was. But it's not like that anymore. And you know, I kind of think it's gonna go back to somewhat that way. The way people are getting into it right now, it look like it's sides being picked, like the beef sector used to be. Like it used to be, you didn't really fool with your enemies. You didn't go on their panels. You know. Like I said, you bump each other in the YouTube streets, y'all drag each other. You go back and you make a lab and drag. Now that's just the way it was. But now, like I say, people can sit on the panel and be mad at each other 10 minutes, and then you back buddies the next 10 minutes and trying to do something to another person and all that kind of bullshit. No, okay. And then Ashley showed herself on her video she made. She showed herself going down to the police station to put a restraining order on Fifi. Now I don't know if she got an emergency restraining order. I don't know if she's gonna have to go to court. I don't know what she gonna do. But that's what she did. She made a video going. She was in the building because she like asked somebody where the building was, and they told her, and she drove and went right over there to that building and showed herself in there. And then I went over to Pizarro, and that's when Lemon and Crystal had bumped heads, and they drug the hell out of each other on Pizarro panel. And Lolo and Crystal, they drug each other. You know, they drug the hell out of each other. They been into it, bad. If I was Crystal, I wouldn't. But it's be a lot of dirty stuff that go on here. A lot of times people get, somebody come, if you on a panel, it'd be a lot of backstage stuff, people texting each other and calling each other, telling them to come over here and all of that. And then you go over there and you get jumped. Okay? Just it is what it is, and you just can't fall for any damn thing. Be a dummy and jump out the window every time somebody tell you something. But you just have to learn. You just have to learn. You got to learn when you're being used. You know, and you get manipulated to do things. Hey, Leon Filter Muffy. Hey, Vibrant. Trying to look. Hey, Soul Sister number one. That's the only kind of Soul Sister to be is number one, child. Hey, OG Beauty. Yeah, I almost had OG Beauty mixed up with another person's child. Hey, Brown Beauty World. Hey, Simply Silver. Hey, Rico the Brat. Well, Rico the Sleeves. I'm gonna read the comments when I get through with the commentary. Hey, Jug. Hey, Jenny, love Jenny. Hey, Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights, you a good looking man. I got to see your face. Hey, ladies, I don't know if he's single or not. That's a fine man right there. Okay. Now I don't know nothing about him, ladies. Y'all have to ask him if he's single, but he fine. Okay. I'm just putting that out there. As long as I've been on here, I had never seen that man. I seen him last week, I think. Okay. Okay, let me scroll this down. I have to scroll slow because it'll go fast and I'll lose my place. I like to hear Rebel drag too. Okay, I got that. Okay, I did Ashley. Now to the point where Pizarro ass sent, or either Intel sent Crystal a cash app. I don't know how much it was to go to Lemon Pound. And when she got over there, they Lolo got her and Lemon got her. I didn't like that. And Rodney hit Lemon Panel, and I was shocked, because Rodney said he wasn't never going back over to Lemon. Well, he did go back over there, and I think He talked about James, because I told y'all that they've been getting into it, so we're getting up to when it's getting ready. It's boiling, but then it's getting ready to boil. This pot is getting ready to boil, honey. And then Remix, he hit the panel, and he cussed Lemon out, and then he got into it with Pizarro. And honey, Pizarro drug his ass so bad, he was acting like he couldn't hear her, what she was saying, and you could hear her exactly what she was saying, Remix. And your ass hit that dough. You ran like she threw gasoline on your ass and lit you on fire. And I said, look at her. All this bravado and cussing he been doing over here in the B section. Why you running from a girl? Okay. Well, child, I went over the pastors. It's been a mess over at his place. Him and Castro was into it. Tommy and Castro was into it. And then some kind of way Yolanda got thrown in the shit. And Yolanda got up there and she drug the hell out of Tommy. And she said that Tommy had doxed her. And she cussed Tommy out so bad, Tommy hit that goddamn dough. Do you hear me? He ran like he had on gasoline draw. And I got my life. And Tommy came back after she got down. And then he started talking shit about Yolanda. Okay? But that was a good laugh. Pastor do have good laughs, okay? But they be messy as hell. I mean messy. And then I went over to James. Okay? Uh he drugged Rodney and he was telling Rodney, he ain't young. He say them pictures that Rodney got on here is old, 20 years old. And he said for Rodney to think he's so fine, he need to cam up and show us what he working with. And he said that picture with you showing your booty, Rodney, you do got a cute booty now on that picture. It's firm looking and everything. Well, honey, he said he bet your booty ain't like that now. He said that picture was 20 or 30 years ago. And the pictures that you using are very old. And that he said that you so fast, come on here and let him see what you working with. Okay? And he said that you like a sock puppet, like for Ness, that you do whatever she tell you to do. And he said that you was an old drag queen, just like he is, and that you always like to play the victim. And he said, now this was a couple of days ago. He said you couldn't take a cleanup. And he said he was just laying down rules with you, Rodney. He wasn't trying to tell you what to do. He was laying down the rules of how to treat him as a person. Okay? But Rodney, you gonna just have a problem with James for a long time. As long as you let Ness on your panel. Because see, Ness has everybody blocked. She like the Miss O. They block everybody. But then they want to jump on the panel and look down in the chat and cuss the motherfuckers that she got blocked out. But if you got a person blocked, you don't need to be saying shit up on that panel to them. Cause that's fucked up. Okay. And then T-Miss-O, on her last, she drug Lemon because Lemon had disrespected Crystal, because y'all know how I told you how he talked to her on his panel and Pizarro panel. And I told y'all I wouldn't take that kind of treatment because I would exit stage or left her stage, right? But I guess, Theo decided to say something about it on her live, and she drug Lemon ass, taking up for Crystal. And it is what it is. That's what she wanted to do. That's what she wanted to do. She got a right to do that, you know. Because I say that I wouldn't take how he talked to Crystal, but Crystal keep going back. So I don't get offended or, you know, if she like it, I love it. If it's good to her, it's great to me. That's all I can say. Because how much disrespect a person gonna take? I'm not gonna take it. That's just me. And I guess Theo felt the same way about it. Okay. Then I went by Bertha May. She went on live. She made a laugh. And y'all know she don't care for Rodney. Because she gonna drag, she said she gonna drag Rodney anytime she want to. She's gonna drag Uppity anytime she want to. And she say there ain't no exception. And she say she talk about everybody. So why y'all got a goddamn problem with it? Talk about her. You know. She say, you know, that's just the way it is. Okay. Now SD, he been on the rampage. Well, he went live and he drug 88, and he say he was dragging a fake Puerto Rican, and the fake Puerto Rican is Book. He say that Book ain't never smelled Texas, in so many words, he ain't never been to Texas. So how much he know? How come he know so much about the Mo3 there? He called him a dope fiend, and he say you keep on that if Book keep on messing with him, he gonna get his punk ass hurt. He called him a whole ass nigga. He said that he had fake paperwork, and he said that he hate fake ass people, and he hate fake ass liars, and he said that Book was a heroin addict. Okay, now I'm going to Pizarro. In some kind of way, I think it was at Theo's, which I did not go over Theo's and watch it, but they said she had a real good laugh a couple of days ago, and Crystal was over there, and they was asked. That's when Theo was saying about not that she wouldn't take the disrespect that Lemon do towards Crystal, and she had a panel. Different people was up there, Crystal included. In some kind of way, they was talking, and Crystal was telling people that women need to dush their ussy. Well, I was told not to do that, and so I have read up on it before, and they said that there's no reason for a woman to have to do that. They also said it can lead to infections. It could also lead to, like, if you're pregnant, like miscarrying. It said a whole bunch of stuff. When I read it, the other day, and they said that it might make you feel better, but it's not really recommended. And that's what all the doctors are saying. But Crystal was telling them over there allegedly to dush. And Pizarro, somebody ran over there and told Pizarro because she was lying. And Pizarro said, Crystal, how you telling these women to dush when you say you are a RN? You ought to know better. Okay? So it was a big old deal about that. Oh, and I watched Sir King, and he was saying, he was like saying that Pizarro kids couldn't spell and this and that. And so Pizarro, when she went live, You know, when she was laughing, talking about Krista and the Dushin, then she went and she drugged the shit out of us out of Sir King about her kids. And she said, you need to bag up off her kids, Sir King. You know, idiot, don't do that. But people over here do that in the B section. You know. Well, sometimes people can push you and they're talking about their kids. It depends on, it depends. It is what it is, you know. And I didn't get to watch this video. They say that Beef in 313 made a video about Dimples doxing Rodney. And Dimples told Troy Allen, which is um, Beef in 313, to bag off. You know, you need to stay in your place. And that's what she told, to stay out of her damn business. That's what Dimples said. Okay, and I went to Tracy. And Tracy been on fire. And she was when she went last, she was telling Rodney, because him and James, they dispute is boiling. It was at a simmer, but now it's boiling. When she told Rodney to run for the hills, to run from the hill from James, and she said that Neston conned you, Rodney. She said that Neston conned you to go after James, and then Tracy drugged Ness again, and she also drugged Empress Janet. Now, I don't know why they Empress Janet and Tracy into it, but they are into it. And their argument was simmering. Now it's getting ready to boil, okay? Now I'm going back over to the Mo 3 sector. Eve was live and she drugged Mink. Because Mink got up on a panel. She drugged Queen Lakers and she drugged Shakira. And I think that Shakira is stop six. And Queen Lakers hit Eve Link because Eve was on one. She was dragging, honey. And she wanted to know what's going on. She said, you got my number. You could have called me. That she was tired of her getting up, dragging her different ones that she got a problem with when you had that number. She said, you should have hit her up on the back end, Eve. And she said, whatever you mad at her about, somebody told you a lie, Eve. Well, honey, Max hit the goddamn link. And Max went off like a rocket. She drove the hell out of Queen Lakers. And then she told Queen Akers, because Queen Akers was in the chat, and she said, you need to be worrying about your son-in-law he's a pedo. Now, see, I don't know these folks. Now, I'm just telling y'all what she said. And I was saying, what? All right. Then I kept moving around YouTube, and Rodney had been back live. Let me see. Wait a minute. Sometimes I hit this thing and go up so fast. I mean, it went up. Okay. And Rodney, when he went live, he said he wasn't scared of James. And he said what he said. He said he a grown ass man. And then Ness hit the panel. And Rodney was saying, hell, he should have cussed James out a year ago. He said he been wanting to cuss James out. He said, but he was just holding back. But he said he should have cussed James out a year ago. He just been putting up with the shit. Okay. I went by ODS's. Nina hit the link and she drugged James because see Theo, her and Nina friends. So Theo said she didn't tell Nina to come to YouTube, but why else would Nina be coming at James? Okay. So Nina drugged James and Theo drugged James. And Theo said she could do what she want on her panel and she could talk about what she want to talk about on her panel. Well, while Nina and Theo was up there dragging James, Olivia hit the lake. And when Nina was dragging, Olivia was just laughing. She was laughing on everything that Nina was saying. And then Nina turned on Olivia and Theo jumped in. So they jumped Olivia. And Theo wanted Olivia to pull up and she was gonna kick her ass. Now Theo, you ain't never talked about kicking nobody on YouTube ass. I don't know why you breaking so bad right now. Talking about kicking Olivia ass and meet you as such and such. And then you talked about shooting Olivia husband. Now why is you want to shoot Olivia husband? Just because Olivia was laughing at Nina. Nina got you like that. That white hoe. They say she black. Child, bye. Okay? Child, bye. And so the ODS, he was just letting them go to war. He was just letting them battle. Which, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. That's like ODS did it. Okay, Pizza got up there, and her and Toya Abstract got into it. And they got into it because Pizza, I think, was timing somebody out or either Toya out. And so she got up there and was talking about it, and then her and Pizza got into it. She got, and then Beans and Cornbread hit the link, and her and Nina got into it. Because she didn't like the idea of Nina and Miss Theo jumping on Olivia. Okay? So then I went to James because he went back live. He been really active lately. And James drug Ness, James drug Rodney, James drug Themiso, and James drug Nina. It was a hell of a live, y'all. If you want to see some good dragging, go to, they've been doing on Rodney's, ODS, Pieces, James, you know. And then I went by Ness's and she got into it with Uppity and J Don. And then Uppity and J Don got into it. And then Dory, she was up there, she just be rambling, talking about whatever she want to talk about. And ZX had hit the panel, and ZX had words, and ZX said that Dory had sent him information on everybody in the B sector. Okay. And then he left and he came back and he showed like his emails and he showed all them emails from Dory. It was a bunch of them, y'all. He didn't open them, but he showing on how she was emailing him. And he said he was gonna go live and show the emails on his channel. Now Dory didn't want him to show none of that shit over there at Ness because she was insinuating, because she insinuate like she'll strike you or whatever. So Ness told ZX to open that shit up over here. And ZS got into it with Shakim, Dory, Sparkles, and King Tulsa. Shakim got into it with J Don. And allegedly Shakim had doxed Lady Nika and J Don before. Now I missed that. I don't I didn't see that. I don't know when that happened. Okay. Let me go down. Wait a minute. I went up too fast. Okay, then I went back Pastors and child Pastor been on he been having Tommy and Castro over there for a long time. Uh, Tommy hit the panel, and then he was saying something about Castro had messed around with somebody, and they was a content creator on YouTube. And then he said something about I know him when I see him. Uh, I'm subscribed to him, but sometimes you don't get notifications and stuff. And he couldn't think of who it was, so they were calling out ODS. They called out uh, Captivating Christian. They called out Jaded Nerd. They were calling out all kind of names. And he was like, nah, I don't think so. And then the first third person that came to my mind, because he said he had dreadlocks that he had like up in a bun. And I said King Payne, but I didn't type it or anything. No, I wasn't live. He wasn't live when I watched the live. But the first person that came to my mind was King Payne, because he said he have his dreads like up in a bun. And King Payne do wear his hair in a bun a whole lot. And he is a content creator on YouTube. We're going to find out. Tommy said that Castro said that whoever the guy is on YouTube had came to Arkansas where Castro lived. And I think that he was saying they had SCX, and so of course that perked Pastor ears up. And so Pastor made it his business to tip over to King Payne's one day to ask to see what was going on. Did you and Castro have SCX? Because Pastor messy. And King Payne said he didn't sleep with Pastor. I mean with Castro. And he's did some kind of way Pastor got him over to his channel. And King Payne said that he didn't sleep with Castro, that he was in Arkansas for a wedding. He said that he met Castro on a dating site, but he said that they never did get hooked up. But he also said that Castro that check for $981. Now I don't know if he was talking about Castro check or Castro getting Tommy money and giving it to him. But he said he'll take that check. Okay. But Castro said he said he didn't meet up with Castro. So Tommy, stop being upset with King Payne. King Payne didn't meet him. He said he just met him on a website, a dating site. But when he went to Arkansas, he got busy with the wedding, like one of his cousins was getting married or something. And he said he got really busy, but he said he did go out and, go party at the club. But he said that he didn't hook up with nobody. And King Payne also said he's celibate. He's saving himself for his husband. He want a husband. He ain't got time to be out here hoeing around. Okay. And him and Tommy was getting into it. And I don't know why, but, Tommy is crazy. And he wanted to fight. Okay. Oh, Lord Jesus. And wait a minute. Okay, now this is another beef that happened. It happened out of nowhere. Okay, I was over there at Tresa's, and she was in a good mood, and she was just talking and laughing, And so she started talking about Pastor had broke his Lent by eating meat because he said he was, you're supposed to take away something, and he chose meat. Well, when Pastor's birthday came, his boyfriend Mark, he said they went to the steakhouse and ate, and he showed his steak. Well, honey, after he got through eating, then he said he was gonna go back to fasting, you know, discarding meat again. And Tresa, when she was talking about it, she was laughing because she was saying, "How you gonna stop fasting or break your Lent and start eating meat? You said you weren't gonna eat no meat." Well, that didn't. The pastor was in the chat. That I'm telling you, he was in the chat because it was an issue about ODS. I can't remember what it was, but pastor was in the chat, and when I seen him, I was like, "Oh." And I said, because I said, he real, he's sensitive. And so when Teresa was laughing and just talking, having a good time, talking about him breaking the Lent for the meat, Pastor got pissed off and he crunk up a lie. And he was throwing Joyce up in her face, Rob, Noble. He talked about her cruise. He talked about everything. He was pissed off. And so Tracy went over there to his live. And when she was in his live, because he was talking about Castro and that cabin in the woods thing. When Castro said that Pastor and Rebel Son and whoever else was trying to fool him to go on a cabin trip with them, and they was gonna have sex with him. And they say they weren't trying to do that; they were just trying to get his mind. I think one of his grandparents was dying, and they was had died, and they was trying to think of something to make him get in good spirits. They said it wasn't gonna be no hanky panky. Well, Castro come to find out, he told some people on YouTube, and they made a laugh about it, talking about Pasadena was trying to get Castro to go to a cabin in the woods. And so Pastor keep bringing that up. And so Tracy put in the chat, we talking about Castro you keep repeating about Castro in the woods. And Pastor went off like a rocket on Tracy. And that's when he threw Rob up, Noble. It was just a mess. So of course Tracy went back live and she started dragging Pastor. Oh my God. So that shit is boiling now, okay? The pot is boiling. Now the water ain't started coming out the pot yet. But when Teresa came back live this morning, and she was talking about he eat all the time, and then she say she ain't never seen nobody chew coffee. She say the pastor he smack and chew water, he chew coffee. And she said, well, don't be mad at her because he broke Lent that you had to have that meat. But Pastor, I was saying that you supposed to be a pastor that that you supposed to stick to stuff. So from now on, don't tell us when you on your fasting. Because fasting is not stopping a fast. If you're gonna fast for 3 days, it don't mean on day 2 you get to eat some meat and then start back fasting. That ain't the way it go. You supposed to go to course. Now, if you don't go to course, how you gonna tell other people how to go to course? Okay? Just like that pastor that got killed the other week in Memphis, he didn't do what he was preaching. He was supposed to walk away from that argument. The Lord told him to get in his truck. He got in his truck to pull off, but the devil got on his shoulder and put his foot on that pedal that you stopped the car with. And when he stopped his car and put it in park, he jumped out. And he preaching about violence and stuff, but see, the devil got in it. And he walked up and he was going to attack that woman and she shot him. You got to practice what you preach. Okay? I ain't trying to be funny or nothing. But you always throwing that Bible and stuff out. But you ain't doing what the Bible, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. And you say you know so much about theology and all that kind of shit. And I'm sure they taught you how to fast. Even people that didn't go to theology school, they know a little something about fasting. You ain't got to be a preacher to fast. But when you fast, you don't eat. And when you say, I'm going to deny myself meat until Lent is over, you don't eat no steak in the middle of Lent, baby. And then get back on Lent. Okay. Well, wait a minute. Well, Rick Reed went live. And he went live on one of his pages. He said he hadn't been on that page in, I think, a couple of years. Well, see, I'm subscribed to a lot of his pages. So, old beef sector, like when he do a live on a page he ain't been on in a long time, if you ain't subscribed, you ain't going to get the notification. It ain't going to come up in your feed because you ain't subscribed to this channel. But see, I'm old. I've been in beef sector before it started. So I got all his pages. It is what it is. But he went live and he drug Rodney and Ness. Okay, then James went live again. And James drug Theo. He drug Nina. He drug Rodney. He drug This Heat. He drug Ness. And I think he put a little bit of spanking on Lemon. Okay, Tresa went live. And she drug Pastor about his gluttony. And she said he broke his Lent by eating a steak. Don't get mad at her. She said if you didn't want nobody to know you broke Lent or broke your fast, you shouldn't have came on here bragging about going to eat a goddamn steak. And she said your ass started back up, and you start back up every time. And she said she's gonna drag you until she can't drag you no more. If that's what you want to do, Pastor. And she said she'll drag your wig back, Pastor. And she talked about your styrofoam gate. And she said, don't get mad because you can't keep up with your house note. And she said, you talking about her needing money. She said, you the one need money. You be live 50, 11 times a day. She said she hardly ever go live. But she said she finna get that money on you since you so worried about what she doing. And she said, you better take heed and leave her alone. She said, you a liar and you need to get a life. And she said, you can't make no life without chewing and eating. She said, you dream about food. She said, you mad because you sexually frustrated because you a bottom and Mark is a bottom. And she said that you had a grinder thing on when you get embarrassed when you go off. Then how you in a committed relationship and you still on them dating apps? And she said, that's all that's wrong with you. You're sexually frustrated. That's why you mad. And she said, you need to leave her alone because you know she don't play fair. And you know she don't play fair. And you know she fight like a fool. Tresa just to calm down. But I think she finna have fun with you. I really do. We getting ready to see that old time beef sector, baby. With her and James out here and VS flying around. Cause she been making some laughs too, child. I ain't got to that part, child. Okay. All right, now I'm at Lemons. And when I went over there, Teresa was on the panel because this was this a replay. I wasn't in the live. And Teresa was up there. She was dragging Janet. And of course, she threw some pastor in there. She drug him too. And Rodney hit the link and he drug James. And he said that James could take that broom and stick it up his ass. And he said that James, you wanted to smoke, you got it. And then Pizza got up there and she drug Rodney. And she said, your booty is loose. And then Lemon was saying something about that Stefan guy. He hang around at Rodney's. He used to be at Nest on her panel a lot. I can't think of what it was. Stefan, something like that. It's a white dude. And him and Rodney get along good. I like to see them on the panel together because they bounce off each other good. But Rodney said that he used to be one of his mods, Stefan or whatever his name is. He used to be one of Lemon's mods. And he said when he got struck by Shakim, that, he would, when he would look in the chat sometime when he was struck. I guess it was before he went to Ness's or whatever. And he said Stefan was down in the chat saying something about his dead brother. And he said that since he been going back live after the strike, since he been back live, he said Stefan hadn't been over there at all. And now I don't know what that's about. But he said he didn't trust Stefan. And he said that he don't trust nobody ain't got no hair on their face. That but some men just don't have hair. They shave every day. But some, I've noticed Dimple say she don't like no man with no hair on his face. And Dimple say he didn't like Stefan because he didn't have no hair on his face. But I don't know. But if you didn't trust nobody, why would you make him a mod? And Lemon also said that Stefan give him pervert vibes. Okay, Teresa went back live, and she said that Pastor was just lying to lie, and he's a flip flopper. And she said she can't believe that he won't shut the fuck up. He repeats himself because he don't have anything to say. And she said every time y'all get into it, you start with her first. And she said, Pastor, you started it. And she said she'll finish it. And she said, I'm gonna finish it every time. And that you doing too much. And Pastor, she said, you got her fucked up. On another live Teresa did, because Teresa been tearing that live button up. She said that Pastor got an eating disorder. And she said instead of you telling her to be careful, Pastor, you the one need to be careful. And she said you need to be careful of being on Jack, Pastor. And she said you just don't like women. And again, she talked about you chewing and eating coffee. And she said that you needed money because you got to go live all day and night. And she also got Dimples in the chat, and she has Dimples for his church information. And she say, you say it's a church that gays anybody can go to. And she said she gonna tell him, she gonna send him the recording of how you talk to transsexuals that you don't like transsexuals, and how you. She gonna say she gonna tell him how you harass transsexuals. And she said that when y'all went out to eat, when she got in the car with you, her and Noble, she said your breath was stinking, and she was saying, "What's that smell?" And she said it was your breath, Pastor. Wait a minute, I went up too fast. And she said, "Don't make her go get Wiley for an interview." She said she'll give him a little change. And she said, "You mad because you can't keep no job, Pastor." And she said that ZT the other day. Now I don't know where ZT and Pastor was at. This ZT said your voice, and the way he was dragging Tresa, his voice got to sound like a man. Cause y'all know he talked like that. But she said he was talking like this. She told him to get a life. And she also drugged King Tulsa, and she topped it off. The cherry on top was Janet. She drugged Janet some more. Okay, and I went back to the Mo 3 sector, the Mo 3 beef sector, and SD. He was bapping about Jade. He blamed her for her them breaking up. He blamed their breakup on her friends. He said all he wanted was a family, like with Jade. But nigga, you had a family. You got a wife. That girl you put them 3 or 4 babies in. You got a family in Texas. But he said, all I wanted with Jay was to have a family. And, he was talking like that. He was whining and bapping like a hoe. He said he had never did nothing to Jade. He said she was dumb and stupid. He talked about that she wear cheap clothes. He talked about her going to the after hours. He talked about her like she had a tail. All right, I went by 357 Broadway. And Room Shaker and Jay got into it, and Room Shaker and SD got into it. And then SD went at Skoka. This was last night. I done got out of order right here. This part I done got out of order. Well, last night over there, Room Shaker got into it. Was this last night? I think this was last night. But SD is okay. For some reason on 357, when they be over there, and Skoka's on the panel, when Jade and SD get up there, they pick it. Skoka. Well, see, Rune Shaker didn't like that. So she got up there and she said it wasn't going to be none of that double teaming shit. You know. And some they just start dragging. And then he going to act like he couldn't remember that he went live early yesterday. Well, he went live last night. And when I seen him go live, I said, let me see what SD talking about. He was over there bapping and whining like a hoe. Let me get down to that. Because I done got out of order. Sometimes when I get tired, I get out of order. And for some reason, I got out of order right there. Okay. He was mad because last night on his live, come to find out he had been over to straight like that him and Jay into it. Then they went by Maha's. They was into it. And then the bow down thing happened. Her and Jade and Skoker, they got into a bow down war. Where SD come over to his panel and he started whining and bapping like a hoe and talking about he hated his income tax time and Jay giving all her money away and she's so damn ignorant. I tried to, I did my best I could by her. I tried to show her how to be a good person. And he mad because Jade out there getting that leg up to these men. And he also mad because Jade got a little money in her pocket and she said she doing the buy down thing. He don't like that, even though he gave Brandon almost $2,000. Now, how he gonna get mad at this girl for giving away? You would just say $200. Why he mad when she giving away 200? And nigga, you done gave a nigga 2,000. And gonna lie like he gave that 2,000 to Brandon because he was trying to make him be a man. I ain't never know that make nobody be no man. I ain't never know that make nobody be no woman. That is stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Okay. Let me go down some. Well, then, now, I'm going to tell you, this was funny. So he was saying, SD was saying something about, uh, this person has allegedly known Skoker. And every time they see Skoker up on the panel, Jada say it or SD say it. She lives somewhere up north. I don't know if it's Milwaukee or wherever. Well, they supposed to know somebody that's from Milwaukee. And SD was like, I'll get on the phone and she'll tell you or whatever. Well, when him and Jade was running the play when they came over to 357, come to find out, they had cooked up. We gonna go over there and we gonna do, act the fool or whatever. And then the play fell through, and SD told everything. And then Jay started reading the text of how dumb they are. Okay? Just stupid. If you want to be on a panel, you ain't got to do all that. We gonna go over here. That's stupid. And just because you lost the buy down war over there at 357, over at Mahaya's, so what? And Scopa, honey, she can do the buy down year round because she do. It ain't no one time. And like Scopa say, she ain't waiting on no goddamn income tax to do the buy down. That girl buy down year round, and I put that in the chat. It ain't about no income tax. When Scopa want to do that shit, she do it year round. When she do that buy down thing. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I talked to y'all about ODS. Well, I'm gonna talk about ODS. I did talk about that when Nina and Theo jumped Olivia. Well, honey, Olivia went live and she drove the hell out of Nina. She drove the hell out of Theo. She said Theo was a weak, she was weak and she was a monkey for the hunky. And then she said, you got the nerve, Theo, to say you want to beat her and shoot her husband. And she said that y'all stooped so low, you and Nina, that y'all talked about her autistic niece, but y'all was saying nephew. And Theo, now you know how you act when somebody say something about your daughter. I don't know why you and Nina was doing up Olivia's, like I was saying nephew, but it's her niece. And Olivia said the girl is 12 years old and she is autistic, but she says she's smarter than Theo and Nina put together. She's verbal. She know to do things. She know how to do her shit, but she was just diagnosed being autistic. And throwing that up at her is stupid. Throwing up to her about not having kids is stupid. Cause see, like she said, she don't have periods no more. She done went through menopause. So it ain't never gonna be a chance that she'll have a child. But she have done lives before explaining why she don't have children. And I ain't going through that with you guys. If you had to be here, if you was a beef sector person, we all know the story. Now Theo them might not know, but I know. And I know other people being living their lives and they heard her tell the story. Okay? All right. And like Theo, you know how you was crying and whining when they was talking about your daughter? And you and that bitch was dragging Olivia's niece. And I like her great niece. And I really don't like that. But like, you know, Nina is your Scarlett O'Hara. You her slave. She throwed every kind of derogatory thing out. And Olivia on ODS panel just racist. That woman is white. She's not black. The language she used, she's not a young woman. She's an older bitch. Because the stuff that she say is shit old white folks say. Okay? It's shit that they hear. It's shit where she was raised, where she was listening about how they talk about niggas, black folk. That's how she was raised. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That girl ain't black. Pizarro, Nika, and Brianna, that's the biggest fucking lie ever was told on YouTube. That is a white woman. She an interloper. She's not black. Period. We don't talk to each other the way she talked. The language she used is that old KKK language. She uses language black folks don't use. But hey, us old heads that's been on this earth and seen them kind of people all our goddamn life are the blacks that pay attention to what these interlopers are saying about us. They speak a different language, bitch. And she speak it every time she drag. She want people to kiss her feet, wash her feet, be they maid, whip their back. She says that she would whip Lovely Love back. Don't you know that's what they used to do to niggas back in the days of the slaves? That didn't have they couldn't say nothing. She uses that kind of language because it's in her. We don't tell each other we'll make you bow down and I'll whoop you. Your back. Black folks don't talk to each other like that. We don't talk about you want eyes like a Swedish, like a Sweden. That's dumb. Black folks don't use, we don't use language like that. And I said 100 times, Nina got the blackest black person in the beef sector to be her coon. I'm ashamed of you, Theo. I'm ashamed of the people y'all let that bitch get on your pants and say that shit. Why don't you drop that whore? When she dragged a black person, she let all black people know what she really feel. Because if you feel that way about one, you want them to be on their knees and you whip their backs. Bitch, I dare you. I don't fuck with you. I've been saying you was a white woman ever since you hit the beef sector, hoe. I ain't never went along with that bullshit. That's why I don't fuck with you. Man, you done years ago, bitch. You just a ghost to me, hoe. That's all you ever be. Miss Scarlet. And Olivia also said that Theo, you hate the color of your skin. You hate the skin you're in. You don't like being black. You don't like being dark. I don't get it. I think your skin beautiful. But yeah, and Olivia said, ODS, she might need to use your video of how Theo was threatening her with bodily harm and threatened to shoot her husband. She might have to get a restraining order. Okay, I'm through with that. Child Larry Nelson went live. You know, I told you he was over at Shelley's the other like last week. Well, he went live and he said he ain't mad at nobody. He love everybody. You know, you can see when he was talking, you can see the flower petals blowing in the wind and hearts and shit. Okay. And I was saying to myself, Larry, you need to quit going live. You fucking up. Because I got a notification, because see, he's one of them that don't go live very often, but I've been subscribed to him for years. And he make lives every once in a while. I think the last time he went live was about 3 months ago. Okay. And when I seen him, and I watched his live, I was saying, "Oh shit, you messing up, you messing up." Okay, I'm leaving there because his live wasn't very long. And like I said, he was talking about everything is beautiful in its own way. We are the world, he was talking like that. But I listened to the whole live. Okay, then I went to Rodney Drug James, and I can't think if Theo was up there, and she was feeling herself because her and Nina had jumped Olivia over there at ODS yesterday. Well, she was feeling herself, and while she was feeling herself up there, Olivia hit the link, and Olivia called her ugly coon, and she said that Theo can't even fight herself out of paper sack. When she get so bad? That's what I'm saying. Why are you gonna try to fight Olivia for laughing? Because that's all she did with Nina. And then all of a sudden, then you want to beat her up, drop her address, meet me here. Then you want to shoot her husband. Why you want to do that? Because that woman was laughing. I don't get it. And then you were saying for Olivia to get a job. Olivia done work, baby. And now she got well, she been married for years. But her husband still work. Olivia retired. Why she got to get a job? But Theo, you ain't got no job because you be on YouTube all day. How you gonna tell her to get a job? Olivia said that your daughter is ugly just like you, and she say she get her looks. You get that little girl get her looks from you. She ugly just like you. She say you are very insecure, and she said if you don't quit all this hooping and hollering that you've been doing the last couple of days at her, she said you gonna have a goddamn heart attack. And she drug Ness ugly ass too. And Olivia, I mean Theo was up there on Rodney's to she was threatening. Uh, she was wanting Theo. I mean, she was wanting Olivia to put him Addie in the back chat. Until you drop that Addie, don't say nothing to me. I'ma whoop your ass. She was all that clowning like a gorilla, honey. And she Olivia also drug Ness, and she's with her junkie ass. That's what she was calling her junkie. Cause see, the beef sector know the old beef sector. We know that bitch a drug addict. She ain't never quit getting high, and we know she an alcoholic. Okay, now she done started begging her subscribers about her a drink, honey. And Theo, when you dragging Olivia, you talking about she bedridden. You talking about she can't get around. So you want a person that's bedridden and a person that's handicapped and can't get around to meet you so you or to drop their address so you can beat their ass? You have to see how stupid that sounds. Okay. And then, you talked about her nephew again being autistic, talking about go feed him and this and that. And you pushed Olivia over the edge on this one. That's when she started dragging your ugly ass daughter. Because Olivia said she don't talk about kids, but she said if you come for her family, she gonna come for your kid. You were going for her. Like she said, you got it wrong. She got a niece that's 12, not a nephew. That you and that Amish woman that you worship like a slave groveling. She done put a battery in your back. She done told she gonna give you 10 lashes if you don't get your black ass out here and drag Olivia. Is that what she tell you, girl? Is that what Miss Scarlett said? Miss Scarlett. And then Hershey hit the link and she started dragging you, Theo. And you start whining like a bitch to Rodney and talking about they was jumping you. You just jumped. You told Rodney to drop her. You just jumped Olivia yesterday, you and that damn Amish. But when Hershey got up there to confront you, you told Rodney on it, and Rodney dropped the girl in the back. You a coward. You been a coward, Theo. You been a coward. You runs away. You don't want to stand in your shit. You mad at James because James caught you saying, I'm gonna go get this. I'm gonna get Nina. And when James said something about it, that's you got mad. You do underhanded shit all the time. And when you get confronted with it, do you want to go off? When somebody laugh at that, yo, uh, master, you want to jump on them and shoot them. Now that's retarded. I'm using the R word on that one. I'm using that R word on that one. Dumb ass hoe. Black ass bitch. How is you gonna jump a person the day before and then tell Rodney to drop Hershey? Well, her and Olivia, they kept dragging each other after Hershey was so rudely dropped. And after both of them left, then Hershey got up there and she addressed Rodney. She said, Rodney, you seen how they jumped Olivia over there ODS? And it pissed her off that you dropped her and let and you seen how she got jumped over there at ODS. Why did you drop Hershey? And Rodney, see, that's how come people have a problem with you. You see what I'm saying? Same thing make you laugh, make you cry. And when Hershey was dragging um Theo, she said you ain't cut like that to beat up somebody and you weigh 500 pounds. And she said why your jawbone twisted and why your mouth twisted like you a crackhead. Okay. Well, then I seen VS that went live, so I watched her replay. VS drug Larry Nelson, and she said, you can go on and be gay now, Larry, because your mom is dead. That you ain't got to worry about her knowing about you want to take it up the ass. And she said, if you don't bag back off of her, she said your mama gonna be content, your kids gonna be content. And then for Shelly, she say Shelly don't make her call Crime Stop on you. And she said that Larry, she said that your daughter, Denaya, said that the women that you got them babies by, them 4 women that you got all them kids with, she said that all them have mental problems. No, that's what she said. That's what Tanaya said. And Larry, she played the audio, some of them old videos that was back in the day, back in the old B sector. How you really talk. You don't talk about God and stuff. You be talking about calling people bitches, motherfuckers, how you hate them. You was full of venom back then. She played that shit on her live today, Larry. So the new people that you could fool with that God shit, cause there's some niggas on here love to play with God, and you wanna, they can hear what you really are, Larry. They can see, they can hear the venom in your voice when you was talking about money and different ones. You weren't talking God like. You was cussing, calling women bitches, stinking hoes. You was using all kind of foul language, Larry. Now, hey, and she showed a message from Shelly that Shelly had sent her via showed a message. Now, back in the day, Shelly was on Bonnie's side, but now she on Larry's side. And VS showed that whatever what you sent her, she showed it on the screen and she read it, child. If y'all want to know, hear about it, y'all want to hear Larry Nelson, if y'all want to see the thing that Shelly sent her, y'all go over there to VS. It's like a 30-minute live. And for some reason, VS stopped that live, and I don't know why, but if something happened right then, and she stopped it. So I can't wait to see what her next live is gonna be about because honey, the beef sector is finna heat up, and if BS come off the porch, it's finna be a goddamn mess, and I'm gonna be here for every goddamn minute of it. Okay, okay. I went by SD's because he went live. You know, for some reason, every time he go live and I'm up, it just pop up on my screen, and he popped up on my screen, and he was madder than a wet chicken. Because what I did, I didn't go in there as soon as he went live. I let him be on for about 20 minutes because sometimes he'll play music for 15 minutes. And a lot of the songs that he play, I don't really care for. So I don't sit through that part, okay? Well, I moved around YouTube, and I think that's when I went to see VS and all that. And then I went back over there. And he was madder than a wet chicken. And he was mad because 88, you know, they discussing the Mo3 over there a lot on the different panels because it is the Mo3 sector. And like I said, Yellow Bees have been arrested and all of that. And I think the trial was supposed to start in March, but maybe it got pulled back because of these, you know, the arrest of Yellow Bees last week. I don't know. I ain't keeping up with that kind of shit. But they've been discussing it. It's like a hot topic right now over in the Mo3 sector, okay? Well, when I went to SD Live, he was mad, and he was mad at 88. And he was mad because 88, you know, she had guys over there, especially with this Mo3 thing going on. And she had like a live where different people can come up and express what their feelings is. Well, SD think he think everybody wrong. He think he the only one know because he's from Texas. Well, Book was showing some shit over there at 88. I didn't see it, but this is what SD was saying. He was saying that Book shit ain't right. He was saying, how they gonna know anything about what's going on? That they don't know what's going on, and why? And see what really made him mad. 88 kept dropping him. He said she was dropping him in the back because he was trying to, you know, overtalk everybody. I guess I don't know why she was dropping him, but for some reason she was dropping him and letting the other men talk and you know, give their point of view. Because everybody got point of views, but like I said, I don't get off into the shit. Like right now, I'm just glancing in on different panels, and when they start talking about the Mo3 stuff, I just exit stage level right because I don't want to get my mind all boggled with that. I'm waiting for the trial. You know. Well, he's been getting into it on different panels because he wants to be the one to explain what happened and all of that. Okay. And then he, of course, he mad about the men being on the panel. You know, he said, "Oh, none of them niggas work, or either they get like government checks." You know, he said, "How you gonna believe them?" And he called. He was really mad at somebody named JD. He said he talked too much. He long winded, and he think he know everything, and he don't know everything. And he was mad at Book, and he was calling Book a dope fiend. And he said that Book ain't no blood. And he said he got run off of YouTube before, and he drew a Cam. He called Cam a police ass nigga, and you know, then he started talking about the Mo3 stuff. So of course I exit stage left, you know, because like I said, some of this stuff I just ain't gonna put. I ain't boggling my brain with it. You know, I ain't gonna try to figure out nothing. I ain't gonna, you know, I don't want to hear no conspiracy theories. I'm waiting on the trial. Okay. All right. Olivia made another lie. Okay. And she said if Theo them keep dragging her niece, that she was gonna keep on dragging. your bitch ass niglet black ass daughter. And again, she said she ugly just like you. And she said anytime y'all come for hers, she's gonna come back at y'all. And she said she really don't appreciate the people that were saying when she started talking about her daughter that they weren't saying nothing when they was talking about, they were calling her niece sometime and her nephew. And she said did nobody say nothing about them dragging because they drug over there at ODS, but Livy didn't say nothing about the little girl yesterday. But today over at Rodney's, and then she went live a couple of times. She been talking about Theo little girl, but she said that the reason that she have done that is because they are not gonna get away with keep on throwing her niece up. And she said she 12 years old. And she said you come for her, she come for you. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Cause you kill my dog, I'm gonna kill your cat. You know, you kill my dog, I'm gonna kill your cat. You talk about mine, I'm gonna talk about yours. And ain't no telling what I'm gonna say. Okay? That is what it is. And if people don't like it when I say it, so goddamn what? I don't give a fuck. Because if I have to stoop to talk about a kid, you done stooped and talked about something that's belong to me. And I care more about mine than I ever will about anybody on this earth. I love my whole family. All my brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews, grandchild and great kids, grandkids, and my great great grand. And I'm finna get blessed with another great great grand. If you talk about any one of them, I'm gonna come at you with everything I fucking got. And I don't give a fuck who like it, and I don't give a fuck who don't like it. It is what it is, and Olivia say the same thing. Okay? You ain't gonna keep talking about mine. You done got away with it one day. Oh, but you gonna double back and do it again over at Rodney? It don't work like that. That's some stupid ass shit. And then they double teamed the woman yesterday. And then when Hershey come up there to try to get her a lick or two in on a Theo black ass, she gonna tell Rodney. And Rodney dropped the woman. That's bullshit. That's how people get cussed out. And then you wonder why motherfucker get mad. Why this motherfucker cuss me out because of that? I ain't gonna tell you why I cuss your ass out. You figure the shit out. You see what I'm saying? You figure the goddamn shit out. We all see the same motherfucking thing here in the beef sector. We see these fights. Bullshit. And Olivia, anytime anybody drag anything in your family, you drag them bitches right then. Don't wait no motherfucking day. Because you might not get to do it on other panels. You take care of that shit right there. It ain't nothing wrong with ODS letting them do what they do. People get double teamed on here every day and triple team. But it's not fair when I go somewhere else and you all have seen me get double teamed and you gonna put my help down and you didn't put that white slut and that black ass bitch down. Fuck that. Fuck that. Okay. And Libby also said that Theo and her husband look like two fat ass whales, and she don't know how they made a child. She said that you a basic ass bitch. And she said you a big fat sloppy stinking bitch. A fat dilapidated bitch. And she drug Pisa, Nina, and Ness. And she called Ness a Haitian crackhead Haitian. a thick ass, a thick lip bitch. And she said, Ness, the best thing you could have ever done for your child, your son, was to give him up. And she said, all y'all is some raggedy, bum ass bitches. You're basic. Okay. Now, on this one, I just got a little bit of this. Diva Tomboy, she was dragging pizza. Why, I don't know. Uh, I went into her live and I listened because I got there at like the beginning. And then, I heard who she was dragging and she was dragging too. But I stopped. I got out of there and I said, let me go live because I knew, I know it's going to get heated up tonight because the streets been hot for like, the streets been hot for a while. Okay. Now I've been up. All right. Yeah, we good. I'm expressing of the things I've seen on YouTube, and I'm expressing how yesterday Olivia got jumped over there at ODS's by Theo and Nina. But the day when Olivia and Theo was into it, when Hershey went up there to drag Theo ass, Theo told you they jumping me. Drop her. And you dropped. That's not right. The beef sets don't work like that. It don't work like that. And everybody seen what happened at Olivia's yesterday. Everybody seen both of them talked about Olivia. They was calling it her nephew, but it's her niece that's 12 years old. They was talking about that child being autistic and everything else. And she started that shit again over on your channel. And that's why Olivia come at her daughter. And Olivia made a laugh after that, and she said she will go at they kids anytime they come for her family. And I don't blame her. And then Hershey, when she got up there after Olivia them left, she told you why you do that. You seen them jump Olivia yesterday, and it is what it is. And a lot of people don't like that kind of shit. You got to look at how people move on YouTube. And it's a reason for Olivia to talk about a kid. You got to know, long as she been on YouTube and haven't been talking about kids, you got to know somebody talked about somebody's kid in her family for her to stoop to that because she don't do that. I'm just being for real. I'm putting it down. We good, but I'm just saying shit like that. That's how you. It causes problem for you in the long run. Or either drop everybody. That's what I do. If there's some shit going on and I don't know what to do, drop everybody or just stop the lie. You know. Hey, Sarah Vaughn. See, everybody saying they don't play about their family and their kids. You know, it's only so much a person can take. Hey, Sarah Vaughn. And then, a lot of times you got to let these people do rock and roll. If you want to, if they're going to rumble, but you got to keep the playing field the way it's been everywhere else. Keep it like that over here. Hey, Hershey. Hey, Latasha. I ain't got no problem with you, Hershey. I don't like when you be dragging Tresa and stuff, but hell, I can't do nothing about that. I ain't mad at you. Hey, Vanchella. Hey, Lady Silver Fox. They say somebody from the Umar section. Is that JB or JD or? Yeah, some people worship God when it's convenient for them. Oh, Latasha, I don't fuck with this. She's uncivilized. Me can't be bothered, like Lemon say. I done drug somebody Harlem Nights. I don't know who your baby is, but if I don't like a hoe, I don't like a hoe. So when I'm dragging them, just don't say shit. Or you could say that's my baby. Don't be dragging her just like you did then. But I ain't gonna stop. And I wish I knew who it was I was dragging. Was it Ness big lip ass? Was it Ness pussy eating ass? We talk about she a lesbian but then crap a dick when she drunk. You talking about that ragged asshole? You talking about that prostitute, crackhead? Hey, sadly mistaken. Child, these people on here is a fool. You hear me? You got to act a fool with them. You know that's all some of these motherfuckers understand. You know, hey Larry H. You know it is what it is. And then everybody make mistakes. You know, yeah, we human. Yep. Brown pretty well. Yep, they need to call it the chicken sector. And they need to call it some chickens can do something and other chickens can't. Sector. They got tornado warnings out. Oh no. We got tornado warnings out here. My sister just said. But see on the like I said on the Mo3 stuff, I don't talk about it because see I wasn't there when all this stuff started. So I don't believe it's my place to get up there and be arguing with anybody about anything. Or either if I express how I feel, then they're gonna say might say I'm wrong. And see, I ain't finna get in that kind of bullshit. But when the trial do start, whatever it is, I will be reporting on it. But I'm not gonna sit there and just watch it every day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep up with it. Just like I did the YSL trial. I kept up with that because it was good. It was a kangaroo court. Yep. Ashley been getting doxxed for a couple of days, child. And 357 was dragging Judge Fifi again last night. So I don't know if Judge Fifi said something about him again. Uh, I don't know because I can't be everywhere. So and since the beef sector been heating up, I have been going more over here. Because this kind of shit I like. Like when it get boring over here, I had to go. You know, I'm not gonna sit up and hey the captain, what we talking about? I love when the captain go live. He have good live. You hear that bullshit, Jay Wilson over there try act like he so scared and afraid of Tresa. He ain't scared. Well, he don't know where she live right now. So that's one good thing because he gave out her address on the other place and was taking people by her house. You know, stump down coming over there and all that kind of bullshit. But he didn't come over there and knock on her door because he know that she would have swung that hammer in his temple. Yeah, Shaquem was wrong for false striking Lemon and false striking J Dunn. And what I didn't like, the main thing I didn't like about it is look how long Lemon was down. That is a lot of revenue that he lost. That can't be made up because you know the nigga broke. You know, Shaquem broke. That's what I didn't like about it. And then you got to think about it, he was down like 2 weeks. That's a lot of support that may not come back. You know, because out of sight, out of mind on here. You know, ain't no telling him how long it's gonna take Lemon to pick his momentum back up. You know, that was low down. Yeah, so sister number one about the babysitting, I understand. You know, I understand because I know, you know, I wasn't raised like that. You know, it's enough women. I don't know how big his family is, but it's enough women in my family to babysit kids. So, but I can't. I wouldn't think a person would do nothing like that, but people do stuff. You know, people do stuff like that. You know, they do. They do. It's sad, but it's true. I'm just reading up on the notes, and I'm gonna get out of here because I've been on here 2.5. I knew it was gonna be a long lag because um I ain't did nothing in a couple of days. You know, got behind, child. But honey, when it heat up, I'm gonna tell you my downtime is in the mornings, but that's when I like eat and clean up. You know, take bath and uh plan what's for dinner, if I need to run errands. But that would be the best time for me. Or either I sleep because I be up all night. But that would be the best time because there really don't be a whole bunch of people on in the morning. But I just fill them in when I can. I started to go live like 2 o'clock this morning. You know, but I said no because you know people might not watch it. Then people need to learn not to take. Yeah, people take stuff too serious on here, but people cross lines a lot on here. They know better. They know better than to do the things they do. You know, they know better. And hey, Shakila, and please like my video. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 3,000 wow in every subscription count. And I appreciate you guys for listening to me today. And I'm getting ready to get out of here. Ooh, child. I had a lot to talk about. I can't miss that many days again. Ooh, child. I wonder what we missed while we've been over here, boy. I've been jabbing off my mouth, honey. Ooh, child. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.